Leo wiped the grease from his hands onto his already stained coveralls, squinting at the massive starship that had crashed into the landing bay of Station Kepler 442. The vessel was unlike anything he'd seen in his 15 years as a maintenance engineer. Sleek, crystalline surfaces that seemed to shimmer with their own internal light, hull plating that appeared to be grown rather than welded. Another rich tourist who couldn't be bothered to check their fuel cells, he muttered. Grabbing his toolkit, he was wrong. The airlock hissed open, and out stepped a woman who made Leo forget how to breathe. She wore armor that flowed like liquid mercury, and her eyes vivid violet, impossible in any humansk, and the grimy station with obvious disdain. Behind her, 3 guards in similar armor took defensive positions. I am Princess Sarah of the Valorian Collective, she announced, her voice carrying harmonics that no human throat should produce. My vessel requires immediate assistance. Who among you is capable of working with quantum-entangled propulsion systems? The station chief, Rodriguez, stepped forward nervously. Your Highness, we're just a small refueling depot. We don't have anyone qualified to. I'll take a look, Leo interrupted, stepping past his boss. Sarah's violet eyes fixed on him, and Leo felt like he was being scanned down to his atoms. You, a human. The disdain in her voice was palpable. The Valorian Collective has been traveling the stars for 10,000 years. Your species barely mastered fusion drive 50 years ago. Leo shrugged. Then I guess you don't need my help. He turned to walk away. Wait. Sarah's voice lost some of its imperial edge. My engineers are dead. Spatial anomaly. The backup systems are offline. If I cannot restart the quantum core within 6 hours, the containment field will collapse and destroy everything within 50 kilometers. Leo turned back. 50 kilometers. That's the whole station and the mining colony. Below, indeed. Show me the engine room. The interior of Sarah's ship was impossibly beautiful corridors that seemed to curve through dimensions Leo couldn't quite perceive. Walls that displayed star charts from civilizations humanity hadn't even discovered yet. The princess led him through the vessel, her guards following at a respectful distance. The engine room was chaos. 3 bodies Valorian engineers with the same violet eyes. As Sarah lay covered with emergency blankets, holographic displays flickered and sparked, showing critical warnings in languages Leo couldn't read, but somehow understood the severity of. Your quantum core is bleeding radiation into subspace, Leo observed, studying the massive crystal structure at the room's center. That's destabilizing the containment matrix. Sarah nodded, surprised. Yes, my engineers attempted to purge the contamination, but the safety protocols locked them out. They died trying to manually override the system. Her voice wavered slightly. They were good people. Leo approached the console, his rough human fingers moving over controls designed for Valorian hands. Your people overthink things. You've got 17 redundant safety systems all fighting each other. Those systems have kept Valorian ships safe for millennia, Sarah said defensively, and they'll keep your ship safe right into a catastrophic explosion in. He checked the countdown. 4 hours and 12 minutes. He pulled out a simple metal wrench from his toolkit. Crude human technology against 10,000 years of alien advancement. Sarah's guards tensed, hands moving to their weapons. What are you doing? Sarah demanded. Leo pointed at a specific junction on the quantum core's housing. See that? It's a manual pressure release valve. Your safety systems won't let the computer open it because it'll vent some radiation. But that's exactly what needs to happen. The pressure's building because the automated systems are trying to contain something that needs to be released in controlled amounts. That's absurdly simplistic, Sarah said. Sometimes simple works. Leo positioned his wrench. When I turn this, your ship's systems will scream at you. Ignore them. The radiation burst will be contained by your hull shielding, and the quantum core will stabilize. Sarah stared at him. If you're wrong, we all die. If I do nothing, we all die anyway. Leo met her violet eyes with his brown ones. Your choice, princess. Sarah was silent for a long moment, then nodded. Do it. Leo turned the wrench. 1/4 turn. The entire ship shuddered. Alarms blared in harmonics that hurt his human ears. The holographic displays went from red to orange to yellow, and then, impossibly, To green dot the quantum core's violent shimmer smoothed into a steady, pulsing glow. Silence filled the engine room. By the ancients, Sarah whispered, checking her wrist display. The containment is stabilizing. Core temperature dropping to safe levels. Radiation dissipating. She looked at Leo with something like wonder. You fixed a Valorian quantum drive with a wrench. Told you. Sometimes simple works. 2 hours later, Leo was back in his quarters, trying to wash the exotic radiation residue from his hands when his door chimed. Sarah stood there, now wearing flowing robes instead of armor, looking almost human except for those impossible eyes. I spoke with my father, the Emperor, she said without preamble. I told him a human engineer solved in minutes what our best scientists couldn't solve in hours. Just lucky. I guess. No, not luck. Perspective. Sarah stepped into his small quarters, looking around at the cramped space with something between pity and fascination. We Valorians have become so advanced that we've forgotten how to think simply, how to see obvious solutions, because we're trained to seek complex ones. Is there a point to this? Leo asked. Yes, leave with me. Join my crew. I'll pay you 10,000 credits per month more wealth than you'd earn in 5 years on this station. Leo laughed. Princess, I appreciate the offer, but I'm not finished. Sarah's voice took on a commanding tone. In 6 months, I'm supposed to marry Prince Zephyrin of the Kravist Empire. A political union. A man I've never met. Her violet eyes met his. But Valorian law states that a princess may choose her own crew, her own advisors, her own path, if she's willing to claim it. I need someone who sees solutions where others see impossibilities. I need someone who isn't afraid to challenge 10,000 years of tradition with a wrench. You barely know me, Leo protested. I know you risked your life to save people you'd never met. I know you see through complexity to truth. I know, she smiled, and it transformed her alien features into something beautiful and vulnerable. I know that in 15 years of traveling the stars, you're the first person who's treated me like Sarah, not like Princess Sarah. Leo stood there, wrench still in his hand, looking at this impossible woman offering him an impossible choice. When do we leave? He asked. Sarah's smile could have lit up the entire station. Now, as Leo packed his meager belongings and followed the princess back to her ship, he couldn't help but think that sometimes the most advanced civilizations in the galaxy just needed a human with a wrench and the common sense to use it. The stars were waiting, and for the first time in his life, Leo was ready to meet them. The end.